this little 12-volt oven, and it's popular with long-haul truckers. It cooks food really slowly, but it does cook it. So I'm going to start a meatloaf. It sounds delicious. And it'll just cook as I'm driving around. And when I stop, should be good to go. Meatloaf and vibes or something. So pick up some stuff and we'll get this food started. Got everything I need for a really basic meatloaf. I'm just going to mix it up in a bag here. Throw it right in the oven. Ground beef, along with some panko in there. Of course, they all require ketchup. And one of these packages of onion soup mix. I feel foolish sitting here in the parking lot doing this, but it's normal for my videos. We know what this is, but we're not going to try and say it. I think that should do it. I'll just mix this vigorously. I will form the meat into a loaf. Got it plugged in. Sadly, it doesn't have a light on it. And I got this from Canadian Tire. I've seen it for sale in like trucking stores for, truck stops and stuff. Sometimes they have like CB radios and stuff and a bunch of trucking gear. These are in there because they are pretty handy. I've used them before. So I'll know if it's working shortly, soon enough. But we could find somewhere to hang out, somewhere to park for the night, and somewhere hopefully with a view. Okay, they have just announced a snowfall warning. It was iffy on if it was going to happen or not, but what better way to see this than up a mountain road with no cell service? Let's go. I know of a spot. I'm hoping it's open. There's a burned out RV on the side of the road here. There's police tape on it, so they've been here. I really hope everybody was okay. Might have been their house, so it's not a good day for somebody. The way they're backed in with the snow around, it looks like they were probably living in there. Hoping for the best.
Environment Canada has issued a snowfall warning for most of the island, as well as the northern Sunshine Coast. That includes our friends in Powell River and that area. And then as we head into Wednesday, the snow will continue into the morning.
Well, Trusty Campground is closed, but looks like they opened up a new one, and that's unusual. That doesn't sound good. They don't normally open up new campgrounds. I haven't seen a new campground in years, so this is going to be quite nice. It claims to be open, but everything seems to shut down here in the snow. Looks like they're plowing it, though, so that's a good sign for me. This is going to do just fine. Got some pretty good tires on here. They're KO2s, and got them replaced. The other ones we had 80,000 kilometers on, which is about their warranty. And I think that's 50,000 miles. First things first. All right. Since it's just me, I only have one of the seats folded. It's one of these 60-40 split things. So it is pretty wide. It's wide enough for me. And there's some 1x6x12s, these pine boards. And I just got them shimmed up with some wooden stakes on the bottom there. And that levels it out because the back of this does have a bit of an angle to it. Got this combination lamp / wireless phone charger, so I can chuck my phone on at night, and there we go, charging like nothing. I do have my lithium battery back here, 100 amp hour, for the coffee maker, because they have these little hotel sized ones now, and that could be good for the morning, or maybe some Baileys and coffee tonight. Now back here, I've left this seat up, and I got a little organizer here that I can store stuff in right by my head. So, car keys go in there, anything I might need right away. And I found before when I put in a big mattress back here, it was hard to, get your shoes off and get outdoors. So this way I can actually take my shoes off, fall right back in here, and shut the door. These pods I got, coffee pods, are 100% recyclable. That includes the whole thing. Lid, made of paper. The rings, made of coffee bean skins, hard to believe. And the filter is plant-based. So, yeah, that's highly convenient. And it's something that doesn't ruin the environment too badly.
Protein packed for strength and recovery. Orgain. It's real nutrition for real life.
Why should I be framed? I'm never the same, but I'm always myself. Paradox and Paradox Intense, the refillable fragrances by Prada.
Co-pilot, make a quiz for my astronomy notes.
You got it. What type of galaxy is Andromeda?
Spiral.
What does a spectrometer measure?
Light.
And when was your essay due?
All right. Cheers and happy step 2, everybody. It's pretty good for back of the car brewed coffee and Baileys, I have to say. There's only one other person in the campground, and that's the campground host, which is nice because if it does snow out here, I don't want to be the only one out here. I bet you they got Starlink or something out there because they seem to be really set up for the season. These are great sights. Like, you can't be beat. I'm sure there's more mountains above those clouds there, but there's a beach down there. I don't want to go too far because I got that fire convinced to burn finally, and I don't leave them too unattended. But there's some info right there on the park. We check that out. They got a pretty standard set of rules here, and there's nothing about a fee anywhere. So I think the legend is true. There are still some free campgrounds to be found, but in the winter they look like this, and in the summer, good luck finding a spot here, I'm sure of that. Little beach here, no lifeguard on duty, not a problem. I'm not going to, obviously. And it is a reservoir, hydroelectric reservoir. So it's up and down, you can see, with the snow melt and the power demand. However, the other campground was in the spillway of an earth-fill dam, and this is a seismic area. So I can understand why they shut that down. Obviously, it wouldn't be the spot I'd want to be camping. But they've a little bit of driftwood here. I didn't see anything about using driftwood, but it might be fair game. I'm not sure. There's a little bridge over there. I'll check it out tomorrow if I can get there. I don't know if it's a road bridge or an old rail bridge or a hiking trail bridge, but it warrants some investigation. Very quaint place, very quiet, nobody here. Just the way I like it. Back of the SUV camping is the gateway camping setup. Nothing here is permanently attached. It's all just sitting in here. Nothing's screwed down. Didn't have to pull any seats out or do any actual modifications. As a matter of fact, in 15 minutes, this can all be out of here and it can be a functioning vehicle again. And I have a lot of subscribers that don't go camping, some of them anyhow. They like to see the adventures and the nature, and it's beautiful. They're curious about camping, but where do you begin, right? This is where you begin. This is stuff you probably got at home. Just fold your seats down, And worst comes to worst, if it's cold, you don't like it, you get scared, make sure your fire's out and you haven't had any step twos, and just drive back home again. And it's a good sense of security. Have a full tank of gas, which I do. Supplies in case you get stranded. I've got some extra canned goods, etc. that can get me through if I get snowed up here. And we'll see. No cell service, and there's that snowfall warning. I can't get the radar because there's no cell service. But listening to the radio in between shots here and trying to be as safe as possible. When the sea colds down here, there's a surprising amount of storage right underneath of it. And I can put camp chairs and I got my drone under there. Unfortunately, this is a no drone zone. Not a single piece of snow falling yet, but that's going to change. There was not a single forecast that showed we'd escape snow, so just a matter how much. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying not having cell service. It's like I can feel my blood pressure drop. My phone isn't dinging, there aren't any messages, there aren't any phone calls, so it's pretty relaxing. And the lake is so still that the cars coming down the highway, their lights reflect in the water, and they're glowing like the metal on the edge of the night. It smells like meatloaf in here. I've had this thing plugged in to Jackery. That looks pretty cooked. I'm gonna be sure with the thermometer. Where are we at? 165, 166 Fahrenheit, right in the middle of it. So, obviously I'm not just gonna eat a pound of beef for dinner. Gotta put in some veggies. Green beans to the rescue. Just kind of cook them on there. I could cook these on the fire, but I'm really trying to do it all in the car to see how this actually might work.
Vancouver, Greater Victoria, and the Fraser Valley, snow overnight and Wednesday with highs around zero.
Dinner should be ready in no time here, which is great. I've seen a few bits of snow coming down, and that's to be expected, but I got through most of the evening without sitting here in the snow, so that's awesome. And finally, thankfully, the difficult holiday season has been over for me. And that 100-day cough, or whatever they call it, walking pneumonia, I don't know. But I'm feeling good. And all the distress of the holiday seasons aside, for me, 2 years running, now I can run away from my problems and go camping, which is really what I want to do.
He told me he'd stay away from Skolden. He's been pestering him. Is he right?
I know.
I warned you from the start.
I just can't believe it. I've known him my whole life.
People fade. That's our curse. What would have happened if I wasn't there? Would you have told me?
I'm meeting him next week. Yes, I would have told you. I'll warn him off. I'll find what it takes. I'll get a number.
You know the number. We'll be vulnerable forever. You need to be protected.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
How nice for you.
We gotta look it up sometime.
Is it, or no, not. Did you search cool outfits to wear with shark tooth necklace?
Goldfish have short memories. Be like goldfish.
Brother. Statement, please.
Yum time has arrived. I wasn't sure if I'd be completely living out of my car on the side of the road somewhere in town. But keeping with the spirit of the endeavor, I'm just gonna chow down. You know what they say, vegetables are only supposed to be the size of a deck of cards. Let's see. This loaf turned out. Worked out okay, but it looks a bit juicy. We can say that. Oh, my meal, my car meal. Meatloaf is not bad. Tastes like an onion bird. Meatloaf even got nice and crispy on the bottom like that. Yeah, it worked out pretty good in that food warmer. Cooked it up right to perfect temperature. I'll have leftovers in case we get snowed in here. The snowstorm didn't show up, and I can't wait around all night. So I'm crawling to bed here. So, looking pretty comfortable, pretty cozy. Just test out my theory on getting the shoes off and closing the door. It's half the battle. Phone in the receptacle here beside me. So phone is in. Door is closed. And yeah, just crawl right in here and somehow try to film this. Put the keys in the key compartment here. It's a really nice thing to have because the amount of stuff you have in your pockets when you're doing this stuff can get lost and go missing. But all right, okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Got I could charge my phone on there. And if I have my laptop set up, yeah, I can see that right from here. I don't have anything downloaded to watch on my laptop, of course, but that's all right. I will crawl in a bit here and get a little more comfortable. Well, I'm tucked in pretty good. That's kind of the side compartment there with my stuff in it and my shoes and some water down there. And I fit pretty good with this setup. My feet kind of touch the back. And of course, I'm 5'11" and 3/4 inches. So I could probably push this seat up a little more and bend it forward a little bit more. But really, this is not a problem. I don't have to sleep diagonally. That's actually not an option because I'm in this tiny little half of the bed. But yeah, I'm digging this setup. It's pretty nice. I always said from the moment I had to live in my car at one point that I'd never own another vehicle I couldn't live in if I needed to, and this is fitting the bill. It just needs to be, organized like this. You could probably do a bunch more stuff with blackout curtains and stuff. So this above light I can do that allows me to shut this guy off. And from here, right above me, I got a little light switch. So I think this is great. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. That was not much of a snowstorm. There's maybe a few centimeters out there, maybe an inch. I don't know. Definitely not snowed in. I'll get up and check it out. Nothing to pack up, which is great. Sleep was amazing. I've never slept this organized feeling in a car. Nothing was sliding around. It was pretty level. It's comfortable. I got 2 layers of 3-inch foam in here, so it's surprisingly I can sleep on my side no problem. This is great. And yeah, I'll just get the day going. Okay, the half seat down setup totally wins. Just pulled over, got my shoes on, got my jacket on, keys in my pocket ready to go. Got my little water. And I could just walk right out the door. Here we go. Fresh coat of snow. Got the ventilation going, just trying to get rid of this condensation. Beautiful day. We got a bridge to see if we can check out. These roads are barely passable. I'm not concerned about me, just the other drivers on the road. And yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee. There we go. Yeah, doesn't look too bad in the daytime, I'll say that. Get things ready for transportation. I don't need anything flying around. And this isn't permanently attached. I have some double-sided tape. I probably could get it attached, but it's easier to just do this while I'm driving. It doesn't go anywhere. You know, this doesn't roll around. It's fine. This snows nothing. This is easy driving. But let's see if we can get to that bridge. Does it look interesting? And I'm curious what it is. If it's a walking bridge or an old rail bridge or a logging bridge. Let's find out. Okay, the snowplow's been working today. He's come down that far. This road that goes to the bridge, it hasn't been plowed at all. It's like that. Should I try it? Yeah. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a gate. Looks like just a short hike down here, quarter mile each way, pretty level. And I want to see the view of the reservoir from on that little trestle bridge. This has been way more than a quarter mile. You really don't want people to get here by the looks of it. The only way to that bridge is some severe bushwhacking, and there's ice under all this freshly fallen snow. But I've found one of the coolest boondocking spots I've ever seen in my life. A couple of fire rings. Guessing that's why the gate's there. But yeah, people have obviously been camping here, and ta-da! All right, I got my exercise today. Now, I have never seen anything like this roll across my inbox before. Oop, that is very slippery. I gotta help out a guy in love. So, here goes. And I've got to thank the folks that have donated to the channel as well. There's going to be some belated ones here. I'm going to start with the most belated and go to the least belated because unfortunately I was down with the sickness for a bit and then had my holiday mental breakdown. So things are good now. I'm back from the gutter and excited about the future. So the snow should be gone in pretty much no time, next week or so. And I really don't like stealth camping in the cold. I've done it, believe me, you've seen it. And it's dangerous because you can't even carry enough gear to keep you properly warm. I'm thinking about moving out to the coast on a more permanent basis. I've been back and forth and kind of all over the country, and it's weighing on me not having a home base, you know. I have storage units, I have sea cans, I've got stuff in boxes all over the country, and I don't know. Got to a hotel because I severely need a shower. I've been driving around for a few days, living out of the back of my car, kind of as I go. And that's good because there's internet here. I can get everything uploaded. And thanks for watching. I'm going to keep just driving and filming. I've got some basic stealth camping gear in my car because I only seem to use three things. The cot, that little tiny tent, and the hammock. So I've got them, little sleeping bag, and some camel netting and tarp. That's pretty much all I need for whatever I do. So that I can kind of live in the car as I'm doing this and get a lot more traveling done, find some spots. And thank you to everybody that suggested spots as I'm scrolling through those and trying to get them organized in a bit of a game plan and see which ones are going to work. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for following along. And yeah, if you lost your patience with me, I understand it. But the rest of you that are going to stick around, more adventures to come. Cheers, everybody.
Let's get real. No amount of makeup can hide that work.